Hello, I'm Carolyn Kinane. I'm Associate Director at the Contemplative Sciences Center at the University of Virginia in Charlottesville, USA. And this video is the first in a series of 5 that will offer a very brief overview of one contemplative approach to course design. It'll offer some specific examples of contemplative teaching and learning, including activities for students, and you'll also find some reflective exercises for instructors. I hope that what I offer today may be of some use to you and that you feel free to adapt these ideas and exercises to your own contexts to achieve your own goals. Please reach out anytime with comments or questions or to help me improve my thinking and my work in this area. So I'll start with the idea of a contemplative pause. You may be familiar with this idea and the experience of a stimulus and a response, and perhaps you're familiar with the idea of a contemplative pause, the space between a stimulus and a response. This process may sometimes feel like a stressor and a reaction, where I react from autopilot, perhaps from habits or beliefs that no longer serve me, which can be an exhausting way to live, and also down the road gets me living out of alignment with my values, which causes more stress. So I'm going to break down this contemplative pause a little bit to demonstrate some options for what could occur in that space. What I'm about to share is just one version of what happens in this space of the contemplative pause, and it's informed by my own positionality, my fields of study, the nature of my practice, and my contexts. So I offer this exploration as a description and not a prescription. So I get a stimulus, I get a stressor, and a first step of my contemplative pause is awareness. Here is where I simply notice non-judgmentally right here and right now. I think of this as gathering data. So for example, I'll use the example of getting an email from a challenging person in my life. I might bring awareness by noticing what's happening with my body. I notice that my ears are getting hot, maybe my palms are sweating, perhaps there's some tightness in my chest. I might check in with some feelings. I read this email and my pride is wounded and I get defensive. So noticing in the moment what's happening with me helps me notice my habits and my current practices to bring awareness to them. This step involves metacognition as well as mindfulness. And if you would like to, over the course of this first little video together, engage in a little bit of practice, I'd invite you to check in right now and notice, what are you doing right now? Are you here in the moment with this video? Are you somewhere else? How does your body feel? What's going on with you? What are you bringing into this these few minutes? The next step is inquiry. Here is where I check in with my values and my intentions. Here is where I practice open awareness, reflection, maybe a little bit of critical inquiry. I ask, is this how I want to be? Is this the most effective way to be, considering my values and my goals? So I think of this as inquiring. How do I want to be? What's my intention in this moment? And I'd invite you, if you want to practice a little bit, check in with your intention for being here. Why are you spending a few minutes watching this video? Maybe keep the focus on yourself. What do you hope to bring to this experience of engaging with this video? I would hope for you to bring some curiosity and some open-mindedness and some flexibility, maybe generosity of spirit. But check in with your own intentions for being here. Not necessarily what you want from the workshop, what you want from me, but how you would like to be in this moment. The next step would be getting present with what is. So I've checked in with what I'm feeling, what I got going on. I checked in with my intentions. Next, I will look around and notice my context. Some people call this seeing things as they are. I prefer to think of it as seeing with fresh eyes. So having noticed what's in the mind, noticed habitual ways of being, What is happening outside of the narrative of myself? Non-judgmental noticing. I can return to this person's email with all my ideas about pride and our past history and all that stuff acknowledged, and maybe see this email with fresh eyes. I'd invite you, if you'd like, to get present with what is. Maybe notice your screen or the area around it. Do you have multiple tabs open? Are you getting email alerts or other alerts? Simply noticing. Next, discernment. Here I do some informed evaluation. What does this moment or this event call for? What is needed? What will serve my intentions and goals for this experience? How might this experience be an opportunity to live with integrity? So here is where I might make a choice. So I've received this email. I checked in with my intentions. I just want to do good work. And here's where I make a choice. I might decide, I notice I'm a little hungry and a little cranky. I should maybe step away and get some food. Or perhaps I decide to draft an email in response and then send it later. The next step is action. And so sometimes I might skip over these contemplative pause moments and go right from stressor to action or reaction. And having taken these first 4 steps, the action that I take has the potential to be more in line with my values and my intentions. The next step occurs after the contemplative pause, reflection. Moments, hours, days, weeks later, reflect back on this experience and check in with how it went. So this took maybe 6 or 7 minutes or so. And I don't always have that time in between a stimulus and my need to respond. Or sometimes I do have that time and I don't take it, for example, like email. So I just want to point out that the space or the time of this contemplative pause decreases with practice, that I can practice awareness and presence and inquiry through mindfulness meditation or through other practices. I can also develop a habit of reflection by engaging with deep listening with a partner or doing some journaling. So both context and practice inform how long this contemplative pause can take. So thanks for sticking with me for a few minutes here. Up next, we will explore this contemplative pause in course design. Thank you.